You bigger proponent of paying down properties or leveraging the most?
I don't know. You know, we're from Europe, so in Europe it's all about owning it free and clear, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And not leveraging, right?
Yeah.
I do a little bit both.
Yeah.
You know, my primary residence, I probably like to buy. You know, I want to be safe, because if I got to go work at McDonald's one day or don't have no job, I know my lifestyle is not going to change, right? But my investment, I do like to leverage, but in a smart way. Not too crazy, you know. There's a lot of YouTube channels and people tell you, you know,
pull the money,
do a little bit. But that goes so far. I seen 08, 09 when at one point, you know, some people lost it all because they were over leveraged.
Dave Ramsey lost it all
because he was over leveraged and he had ARMs. He didn't have fixed products.
Right.
He didn't have fixed loan products. You know, if you get a fixed loan product, then you're golden.
Yeah.
But if you have all these ARMs, and ARMs is like interest only, right, for 3-5 years, and then all of a sudden the economy change and the rate change, all of a sudden you get stuck and you lose it all, like Dave Ramsey did. You know, so you got to be smart on leveraging.
So primary residence, you're a bigger proponent. Pay it off. Try to pay it off.
Yes.
Because it's a liability.
It's your house. It's where your family
memories.
You know, it's your memories with your family. You know, you need a roof for your kids, for yourself.
Would you recommend the ARM on the primary?
No.
If the rate is 1.5% lower?
On a primary?
Yeah.
ARM?
What if the rate is 1.5%?
I would always do fixed, no. Because worst case scenario, because we can't predict the future. If you do an ARM, you're gambling against your own house. On the rate, what about rates? What about inflation keeps going and rates become 10, 11, 12%? And then what are you going to do? And your job...
Risky.
Yeah, you risk it all. You risk your primary residence. I would not. I would do a fixed rate, even at 6, 7, 8% right now.
What if you get an ARM for 10 years and then you have 10 years to think about it? What if the rates could be going down somewhere in the process?
10 years is a long time. Decade is a long time. Maybe a decade, depend on the deal, you know, and depend also what kind of money you have also saved up, right? If you bought a house for $300,000 and you get in this ARM, even if it's like a 5 years ARM, but you have $150,000 in the bank, you know you got some money to pay it off eventually.
Yeah.
You know? So it depends where you're at. But if you're doing like an ARM and you have no money and you put 0% down, then it's dangerous. It's really risky.
For sure. Primary residence, your own house, you have to understand that this is liability. That's an expense. It doesn't produce any income. Right?
Yeah,
so you have
of course.
to understand this is not an investment.
As in primary residence, and my own house right now is dead money.
Dead money.
It's dead money. I make zero.
But you don't want to pull it out.
I know. I don't want to pull it out because I don't want to risk.
Yeah.
But I know it's dead money. So don't get me wrong, I'm not happy for it. Absolutely not. You know? but what do you got to do?
Grant Cardone says don't buy.
Grant Cardone is a little tricky. You know, I like Grant Cardone. He says don't buy your primary residence, right?
Yeah, he says everybody should rent.
But I heard, I don't know, in my opinion, and not my opinion, I mean what I heard, one of his first properties where he made a good money on it was on a primary residence. Mm-hmm. You know, that's how he made most of his profit, and then he went on to buy a lot of investments.
Yeah. So recently he bought a house too.
It would depend where you're at. Yeah, recently he bought a house. You know, it depends where you're at in life, I think.
Yeah. So going back to today's market, 7% interest rate is tough for the buyer, but you can now negotiate with the seller, get the better price, because you know, a couple months ago we were just going overpriced big time. You know, interest is lower, but then we're paying 30, 40, 50 over ask, and we have to bring the money.
Yeah,
cash.
You got to bring the difference to
close the
appraisal gap. You got to do appraisal gap, right? Yeah.
So what's better now, really? If you think about it, what's better? Do this or try to negotiate, and now, of course, you will have a higher interest rate. Maybe you can refinance it when it goes down.
Yeah, I think it's all about. It depends where people are at, right? Everybody are in different stages of their life. Some people just got married and they need a house for husband and wife and for their child. So maybe they're thinking, but if they're thinking, in my opinion, what I tell my clients, if you're going to live there 7-10 years, then don't worry about it. That's a long time.
Right.
Don't overstretch. Just pay attention to the market. See what's going on. You know what I mean? Don't just forget about appeal your taxes. Make sure you keep track of the rates if they go up and down, refinance.
That's what we're here for, to step in and follow up on a regular basis.
Yes.
Send out some updates.
Yes,
Give them like
yeah.
information.
That's what we're here to,
That's
yeah.
another tip for
Yeah.
maybe an agent who's watching.
Then
That's your job is not just to help them sell and buy.
Correct.
Stay in touch and provide all the
Correct.
kind of updates.
Yeah.